What's up everyone, I'm your female otaku and I'm here to review episode 2 of Little Witch Academia. And we meet my second best girl. I do have 3 best girls in LWA. We have yet to meet best girl number 3, but you've seen her in like the trailers and the opening, so I know she's probably gonna be like everyone's best girl, to be honest, but anyway, we'll get there when we get there. Diana is best girl number 2 for me. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna disagree, but hear me out. Maybe you might understand where I'm coming from. I find Diana to be a very unique antagonist, because she's supposed to be somewhat of a antagonist. However, she certainly is not a villain, and she's definitely not a bad character. She never has any bad intentions. She never wants to cause harm to anyone or do anything downright mean to anyone. She's good at what she does, and she's just a proper lady, and I see this flair within her that I absolutely adore. I love the sound of her voice. I love the way how she stands. I love the way how she acts. I love how she's not just all talk, and she's not mean, which is really cool, because even though she's supposed to be, you know, a little bit antagonistic because of that one scene over in the cafeteria. You always have to have a cafeteria scene in a school, you know, whether it's anime or cartoon, like, you know, you always gotta have that school cafeteria scene. But you had Diana where she went up to Akko to, you know, inform her, but basically kind of like, you know, tell her the truth, expose who Shiny Chariot really is to everybody else in the witch world. Like, sure, Shiny Chariot is probably amazing to the humans, but to the witches, they find her rather insulting. And of course, Akko's hurt by this because Shiny Chariot is the one who inspired her to become a witch and why she's so fascinated with magic and why she's here in the first place. So she doesn't really like Diana, tries to show her off by showing her the powers of Shiny Rod, but then Akko couldn't really figure out how to work it, and then she made a fool of herself, and then Diana shows off her magic, and that was awesome, that scene there, because the art style totally changed. I don't know what you call this art style, but it was like paint or something. I wouldn't say watercolors. It was like oil pastels. That's what it looked like. It looked like oil pastels being animated when the statue came to life. That was so cool. I know some people are gonna say that Diana is just a typical Hime Dere, otherwise known as, you know, Princess Dere. And of course, Hime Deres typically lean also onto the tsundere side of things. But Diana isn't like that. I could understand why people may believe she's a Hime Dere, but she certainly isn't a tsundere like pretty much every single Hime Dere. Diana is a graceful young lady with poise, posture, and perfection. I absolutely adore her. Now for you guys to meet best girl number 3. Cause remember, best girl number 1 is still Susie. She brought a smile to my face once again. Just seeing her try out her potions, being fascinated by the potions class. I love her so much. She's amazing. You know, she just did her experiment right on top of Akko. And she was like, she had that plant growing on top of her head for like the majority of the school day. Just Susie. You can't beat Susie. There's no way, no how. In the meantime, Professor Ursula isn't doing such a good job as being a teacher. Some of the teachers are kind of questioning why she's doing this in the first place and why she has an interest in Akko. But, you know, she wants to help Akko out since, you know, she's the only human at the school. Plus, you know, after she noticed that Akko has a certain interest in Shiny Chariot. Again, I'm not too sure how obvious that was made just yet, so I'm just gonna hold off for a little bit until it's become blatantly clear that everyone should know this by now. Later on, Diana helps to flourish a tree. However, the roots seem to be infected with parasites, so Diana was all like, oh no, I must have lent my magic to these parasites and now they're all fed and they're growing, and because the roots were popping out of the ground all over the school. So she decides to terminate the parasites, but then Akko realizes, wait a minute, these aren't parasites, these are butterfly fairies. So she reads the spell on the card with the help of Diana helping her to pronounce it, this is why I love Diana. She's not mean. Like, honestly, don't misunderstand Diana. She certainly is not a mean girl, as some people may want to believe. But Akko says the spell and all the butterfly fairies are released, and they come every 100 years or so, 120 years, and whoever witnesses the butterfly fairies gets hope for the rest of their days, and they have belief in their hearts, and it's just so cute and fluffy, and I just love the atmosphere of it. The music does such a great job at lifting your spirits, making you feel wonder and just amazement throughout the entirety of the episode. Just love this anime. And at the end, the professors went over to Diana being like, wow, look what you did to the tree. This is amazing. You truly are the greatest student we have ever had at this academy. And then Diana was all like, actually, I didn't do this. And the professors are just all like, oh, what do you mean? Then who did? And then she kind of stopped herself and left. So again, I can see why people would misunderstand Diana, but please don't. Please don't. She's amazing. So let me know your thoughts on Diana and your thoughts on this episode. Catch me tomorrow as I live react to Yowamushi Pedal New Generation. I'm your female otaku, sayonara.